This week is Core Elite MUT Ratings Week. Throughout the week, we're going to be getting, these cards revealed for the Core Elites. Today, we're going to be looking at 30 Core Elite cards, getting started with the offensive lineman. And of course, tomorrow there'll be a, halfback, inside linebacker video. But yeah, today for the offensive lineman, the first thing that we learn is that just like the beta, it's going to be somewhat positionless. And what I mean by that is there's no more left tackle, right tackle, left guard, right guard. It's just tackle, guard, center. So, say for example, you have a Chiefs theme team and you have Joe Thuney, left guard, but they also drop Will Shields. You play them both and they won't lose their chems and they won't drop an overall, which has happened in the past. So it's kind of cool that they got rid of this. This is probably the best fix for this problem, in my opinion, especially for edge rushers, which we should see in a little bit. I think that'd be pretty good for them, or maybe even safeties as well. Just not having a free safety or strong safety, just kind of having a universal safety position. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. The stats are the same stats. It doesn't matter if you're got a free or strong safety. So I think it's going to be a cool change. But yeah, they did end up sticking with that from the beta. Yeah, there you go. So those are the offensive linemen. One interesting little snub would be Zach Martin. If they are doing the Core Elites the same way they did them last year, my prediction is that Zach Martin could have like a headliner card potentially, or like a high overall card early game Madden 24. That's why he's not on here. But it is surprising. It is surprising, I won't lie. And also, you're going to see that most likely the high Core Elite overalls is an 86, which is going to be one overall lower than Day 1 champions, like Aiden Hutchinson and whoever the headliner players are, whoever like Day 1 legends are, or Week 1 legends are. So, that'd be pretty good. And also, going back to the gridiron notes, you can put like Joe Thuney into into a headliner set. So that also should keep their prices up a little bit because there's still there's a lot of value in Core Elites now instead of just like exchange sets, for example. If that does make sense. So yeah, those are your top 10 offensive linemen, and then here are the stats. I'll let this little GIF play through. There you go. They all look pretty similar to the Joe Thomas. I think Joe Thomas is gonna be a really good option for if you are gonna be picking. If you are picking out of that Hall of Fame pack, or even for rookie premieres. I know there's some tackles and guards in there, but we got to see what their overalls are looking like because, we don't know what an 84 overall lineman even looks like because there is no 84 overall lineman in the top 10. So, yeah, let's see what EA comes out next. And potentially they just put up the next tweet. It's not up yet. Okay, I'll be waiting for should be interior lineman next. Next up, we have the interior defensive linemen, or just like defensive tackles, basically. But here they all are. We have 82 Michael Pierce at number 10, Arik Armstead 82 at number 9, DJ Reader 83 at number 8, DeForest Buckner 83 at number 7, Fletcher Cox 83 at number 6, Jonathan Allen 84 at number 5, Quinnen Williams 85 at number 4, Javon Hargrave 49er legend at number 3 at an 85 overall. And then we have two 86s here at 1 and 2. That's going to be Dexter Lawrence and Chris Jones. So there you go. Also, the same archetype up here as well. And also, it doesn't look like, again, we really have any new archetypes. I mean, they probably wouldn't have changed, like, offensive linemen or defensive linemen, but still, we haven't seen, like, a new archetype yet. And, looking at after seeing the MUT deep dive and some things like that, really what has changed between, the Ultimate Team 23? Like, they added some different modes or whatever, but, like, they're not going to matter too much in October. Most likely none of the new things they added to this mode are going to matter that much in November. You know what I mean? It might be cool if you're just getting on the game and you're a beginner, sure, yeah. But outside of that, we got to see what the game's all about, man. We got to see what the game's all about. But those are the stats for the linemen. Someone I definitely like, Chris Jones is always going to be a monster. To Chris Jones, I like a lot. Javon Hargrave always has good speed at defensive tackle. Probably better than Quinnen, honestly, just because of the speed. But there you go. This doesn't matter that much, though. Doesn't matter too much. But yeah, and also one thing I did notice is that I found interesting is going back to the offensive linemen. Here they made tackles OT, right? So there's no right tackle or left tackle. If we go down here to the Darrelle Revis and Joe Thomas is clearly a left tackle. So I don't know if this is just going to apply to Core Elite cards. I don't know, but I just realized that after I kind of made the TikTok about all this stuff. But they have left tackle on some cards, but OT on others, which is very, very interesting, peculiar. Maybe they messed up. Maybe they just messed up, but who knows? Who knows? So here is the top 10 defensive ends. Aaron Donald is right here. We have Myles Garrett, Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons is at end now, not linebacker like he normally is. We have a DeMarcus Lawrence card. Montez Sweat gets an 85 this year. Christian Wilkins, people were saying he was snubbed from the defensive tackles, but here he is right here at right end. We have Brian Burns, left end, Cameron Hayward, and Von Miller. So some interesting things to kind of look at here are some of these guys are in different positions than they normally are. For example, Von Miller, Micah Parsons, but also, unlike the lineman had tackle and guard. These guys don't just have end. They have right end and left end as well, which is very interesting. Very interesting. And then here are the overalls and the speed and things like that. So, and you see, that Aiden Hutchinson card, 81 speed is pretty up to par with a lot of these rushers off the edge. So depending on abilities and things like that, how much better will Aiden Hutchinson be compared to a guy like Aaron Donald, compared to a guy like Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett? Who really knows? We're gonna have to wait and see, obviously. But it comes down to abilities, and they could be different. They could be different. Like ability cutoffs could be 87 instead of 86 because that's the champion threshold. Like, who knows what they're gonna do? Who knows how good these cards can be? But stat-wise, they're pretty close to Aiden Hutchinson. So I'll show you the Hutchinson card if it's easy to find. It should be gonna be that hard, but yeah, I guess the power move's good, but like 81 speed isn't that alien for an edge rusher in this game right now. It's just not. It's just not. I thought we'd see a lot slower speeds than what we're seeing here, which is very interesting. And also, yeah, like I said, the fact that they just didn't go with ends and they went with right and left end, they kind of went back on that, is interesting. And also, some of these cards are a little bit out of position. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these top 10s. I know today's probably like the least flashy day because we got offensive linemen and like defensive linemen. But tomorrow, I think what's tomorrow? Tomorrow should be halfbacks, inside linebackers. So we got to see what we're gonna get there. And yeah, I don't know, man. I also want to see what they do with like the pre-order Sauce Gardner and the pre-order Justin Jefferson. Are they gonna get good cards to start the year? Who really knows? I don't know. I feel like they did a pretty solid job with this, but definitely some questions. For sure that probably won't be answered until the game's actually out. But yeah, pretty solid. Also, yeah, like honestly, the Aaron Donald card, like I said, depending on abilities, the Aaron Donald card might just be better than Aiden Hutchinson, and he's an overall lower. But again, we don't know what abilities they're gonna give Hutchinson, but like, Hutchinson still gets 77 power moves, and Aaron Donald's gonna have definitely 3 traits, has mid 80 in both. Like, he's faster, like he's gonna be better than him. Like, there's no way he isn't, which is just wild to think about. That a card that was so I don't know, man. I don't know. It's definitely I guess they're gonna drop rookie premier ratings at some point this week as well. Also, 85 speed Montez Sweat is crazy, and like his power move is not that much worse than Aiden Hutchinson's. Like, dude, seeing these edge rushers actually kind of puts it, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, what's stopping me from selling my Aiden Hutchinson for whatever he's gonna go for, which should be pretty expensive, and just buying Montez Sweat, right? I mean, it's like the difference isn't that crazy. Wait, what speed they give Von Miller though? What speed they give Von Miller? Is this playing? No, it's not playing. Well, I guess what speed they gave Von Miller. Von Miller probably has like 78 speed, was my guess. Nick Bosa low-key stumped on speed. Micah makes sense. But I would imagine, like, if you can sell Hutchinson and get Montez Sweat and what's his name, Micah Parsons, I mean, that just makes sense. 71 there off the edge, probably not worth it. Von Miller 80 speed, I mean, that's wild, man. That's wild. Yeah, so drop a comment down below. If you have Aiden Hutchinson, do you think he's still worth it? To me, it all comes down to the abilities, because definitely the stats are not doing it for Aiden Hutchinson. So, yeah, as always, I'll see you boys in the next one, which will be tomorrow.